friends, this is Saving Grace Homestead. I'm Krista, wife, mom of 3, former teacher, current homeschool mom, and aspiring homesteader. If you are interested in any of those things, can relate to any of those things, or if you just want to stick around to see if we succeed at this thing or totally crash and burn, welcome to the channel. So we moved our family of 5 out of a house in a neighborhood with an HOA, and we moved them into an RV. How did we go from a family living in a neighborhood, quiet, ending in a cul-de-sac with an HOA, to deciding we wanted to be homesteaders? Well, remember 2020? Yeah. It's 2022 and the world is even crazier than it was in 2020. So we decided that we didn't want to rely anymore, or at least not completely because we're not there yet, but we didn't want to be so dependent. I guess we realized how dependent we had become on grocery stores and on just other people. And don't get me wrong, we're creative for community, so there's that, but we were a little too dependent for some of our basic needs, like food. I mean, when you couldn't find toilet paper, I couldn't find meat at one time. I mean, everybody bought up meat like, cows weren't going to exist anymore. And I thought, you know what? Home prices are going up, which means we can sell our house for more than what we bought it. And let's go ahead and take this opportunity. Let's go ahead and buy some land and start a small homestead. Let's have a big garden. I mean, I've had gardens before, but they've been small and, we've gotten some tomatoes and things out of them. But let's have a big garden and have some goats and have some chickens so that I know if I need meat, it's in the backyard. If I need eggs, I'm not dependent on what people are charging for eggs. I mean, we're watching inflation here in 2022, right? And it hurts. It's already starting to hurt. So, other than not trusting the supply chain and the grocery stores, why do we want to do this? I want to know where my food comes from. I want to know what went into it. I want to know how it was raised. I just want control over the process and what my family is eating. I want to know the joy of putting my own effort into it and reaping the reward for that. Also, I want us to be in a place where we can be a blessing to other people. We were so just living paycheck to paycheck, and sometimes not so much even that. We wanted freedom in multiple ways. We wanted the freedom and security of knowing where our food is coming from. We wanted the freedom for our kids to run around and play and be kids. We wanted freedom from the rules of an HOA. We wanted financial freedom. And while we don't have that completely yet, we are further along toward that goal in the life that we're currently living than in the life we were living. So yeah, we might seem crazy for selling our house and moving into an RV out on some land, But you know what? I don't regret it. We knew we wanted our kids to have space, to be able to run around and play. It's one of the reasons that we moved to the East Tennessee area, aside from the fact that it is beautiful. It is beautiful. But we knew we wanted our kids to be able to have that old-fashioned life to an extent where they could, you know, climb trees and build things and explore and just be kids. When we first bought this piece of property, it was full of all kinds of random junk. From broken pieces of concrete, I see it. Broken blocks.
I need that hammer.
All kinds of random things. Some useful, some not so much. So we currently have the kids helping out with this project. We are going to use some of these broken pieces of concrete, broken block, for a project that we're working on. So in order to get the kids involved and keep their hands busy, we are putting them to work, just grabbing these little pieces of concrete and throwing it in the cart, which they love. They love getting to help, and they love getting to pull the cart around. So they're having fun doing this, but it helps us because it gets it from this place where it doesn't need to be and is not helpful over to where we are actually working on our project. Mama. So look at you helping. Yeah, good job. Use those muscles. Use those muscles. You are big. Yes, thank you for helping. Hannah, don't try to break that, babe. Just put it in the cart and we will deal with it. You did it. Muscles. You did it. So we are cleaning up the junk that was left here, putting to use what we can put to use, and just trying to get the rest of the stuff out of the way. So we have clearing to do, including old fencing that is falling down and not where we need it. So we've got trees to clear and old fencing to tear down and new fencing to put up and sheds to be built, chicken coops to be built. And then the fun part, animals to get. So we are all looking forward to the animals, and I just wish that it would go a little faster. Are you in that boat? Like you're just waiting on something and it just seems like it's stalling and you're getting nowhere? That's kind of where we're at. We put in water and electric and septic and put an RV on it. Our family was for sure that we were crazy. The jury's probably still out on that. They probably still think we're crazy, but that's okay. Our kids are loving the opportunity to run and play and climb and explore and jump, and they're having a blast. They're outside more than they ever were before. We had a yard before, but I couldn't get them to stay off the back deck. I couldn't get them to stay outside. Now they want to go outside so bad. They want to run and play, and I love it. I love watching it. We have embarked on the process of turning this land into something that hopefully will reward us. Hopefully it will help feed our family and teach our kids those old-fashioned work values, that work ethic, grit, and an appreciation really for their food and where it comes from. And if you're like me, I would have loved to have watched somebody build it from the ground up, because I see all these amazing homesteaders and I'm like, but how did you get your barn? How did you afford all your equipment? I mean, we moved out here and I kid you not, we didn't even have a riding mower. We are far from having a tractor. We had a push mower. And no, we do not push mow this yard. We did go out and buy a riding mower. But my point is, we have, other than the little bit of gardening that I've done, we have no homesteading experience. We had no equipment. We had no family money or family land. We're doing this from scratch, y'all. Sorry, we had to move this inside because we had a sleepy little one. So if you want to see if we succeed at this or not, if you want to see what it looks like to try to build a homestead from the ground up, hit subscribe below. Follow our journey. If you have any questions for me about what we've done so far, about what our next projects are, or just a little bit about how we came to be doing what we're doing, just leave your comments or questions in the comment section below. If you are a homesteader already, if you have experience with farming and homesteading, leave your wisdom in the comments below. Much appreciated. And we look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks for following along.